And it really sometimes takes just one person. I want to specifically bring up Jane Bone Haynes, I think is how you pronounce her name. She was mentioned in your book. She was quite the courageous woman, wasn't she?
She was, and I'm really glad that, you brought her up. I mean, she's a really interesting historical figure, and, she was involved, as you know, because 'cause you've looked at the book, with, creating a woman's horticultural school in Pennsylvania, called the Pennsylvania School of Horticulture for Women in Ambler, Pennsylvania. And it was interesting because I lived in that area as a kid, and so she really had an impact. And that horticultural school for women um, really had an impact in terms of training women to work in small scale agricultural operations. And, this was prior to World War One. And then many of these women went and worked in the Woman's Land Army, during World War One. And it was really a incredible sort of network of sisters of the soil that they formed. And it's really interesting because one of the leading schools of sort of horticultural education in the United States is at Temple University, and it's Ambler is the school. And that actually what the work that Jane did, that school was eventually merged with Temple University. It went under the wing of Temple, and just a fantastic history there.
It's funny, Sisters in the Soil sounds like the kind of Facebook group that you'd need to actually make this movement go.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. And there's so much interesting work. Female farmers. I love looking at that work right now. And there's a really interesting podcast and a project called In Her Boots. That is, I think it's under Moses, which is the Midwest organic sort of organization in the United States.